My name's James. I'm an addict.
James.
Oh, man. Through the grace of God, Narcotics Anonymous, and the unity of this program, I'm clean today. And I guess I'm like everybody else. I got my Phil story. Phil called me and he says, hey, I want you to speak at the men's conference this year. And I was like, okay. And I knew he was going to say, and your topic is after that. And like, I was in my mind like, after the butt, then what? or like I was hoping he'd give me like, loving you and losing me or something. You know what I mean? Those slick, hip, and cool topics. You know what I mean? And then so he said, unity is a must. And I said, wow. I'll get a spiritual topic, you know what I mean? Because unity is a spiritual principle. One of the greatest spiritual principles in this fellowship that we really don't talk a lot about. But, in the same sense, like I heard my man topic, like the blizzard of '93, and I was like, man, that would have been a good one too, because I got a blizzard of '93 story. Right here in Homestead and Whitaker, man. I used in Homestead and Whitaker for a long time. And the blizzard of '93, just real quick. I mean, that snow was high, man. I don't know if any of y'all was out there in '93, but it was like up to my hips. Up to my hips. And, I was living like a crackhead's dream because I was the only one that knew where to get it. And they was hitting me, and I was out there walking in that shit. You want to talk about insanity? You know what I mean? So, that brought me back, man. But, like I said, Phil gave me the topic, man. It's truly an honor, man. I've been at this conference probably 12 years. I got 12 years clean. I've been coming since I got clean. I probably missed two, maybe because of work, because this is the 14th one. So I was like, wow. And then, like, every year I come, man, I look over there at that one banner. It's the 5th annual one, and I actually signed that banner. And my clean date's still the same. So you can't tell me that Narcotics Anonymous doesn't work. Man, so like when Phil gave me the topic, I called my sponsor, of course, because that's what y'all told me to do, call your sponsor. And I called my sponsor. I said, man, I got this topic for the men's conference, and it's unity is a must. And so my sponsor's like, yeah, that's easy. That's first tradition stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I need somebody to remind me of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little older, and I gotta do it. I can't let y'all off the hook. Y'all see my shirt, and that's a form of unity right there. Because I was able to wear a Philadelphia shirt in here, and all you Steeler fans, and you guys still hug me anyway. But, that's some unity. That's a sign of unity right there, huh, John? You know what I mean? And my man was up here sharing from South Philly. He's from Delaware. I don't know if he's still here, if they left. And he said, I'm from South Philly. And I was like this. I put my head down because I thought y'all was like going to boo him or something, you know what I mean? But, that's the unity in this fellowship. So anyway, my sponsor said it's first tradition stuff. So, I went to the literature, and, this is a work, the theme the conference this year is for the newcomer. So I don't know. I know a lot of you guys here already. I see you guys at meetings, all the time. And so I know some of you guys aren't new. But just in case there are some new people in here, I just want to let you know that, if somebody tells you something or you hear something in a meeting and you're not too sure about it, go to your literature. Because the literature won't lie to you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The literature won't give you its opinion. The literature will give you facts. So I went to the literature. And it's tradition 1, and it says, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on NA unity. And it says, our first tradition concerns unity as our common welfare. One of the most important things about our new way of life is being a part of a group of addicts seeking recovery. Our survival is directly related to the survival of the group and the fellowship. To maintain unity within Narcotics Anonymous, it is imperative that the group remains stable or the entire fellowship perishes and the individual dies. So that's powerful right there. So, this men's conference, like I said, I've been coming for years, and this is a great example of unity. They've been putting this thing on for years, and, it's about the group, and, the group is the most powerful vehicle for carrying the message. So, we got to maintain the groups around here, and we do that with unity. And I was thinking, I said, now, these guys have been doing this for a long time, and I'm sure they don't always get along. You know what I mean? While they're doing this, I'm sure. Somebody want to serve hot dogs, somebody else want to make hamburgers. You know what I mean? Or somebody wants to do spaghetti, and the other guy wants to do turkey. But what happens is, in the end, is the unity of this fellowship takes over, and then these guys meet on a common ground, and then this thing comes together. And it's the same way with the group, And, thank God for my predecessors. I had a couple guys out there when I hit Washington, PA, and, they showed me how to do this thing. And one of the things they said was, make sure you get a home group. So I got a home group. And that's where the unity began. I don't know about nobody else, but, when I came off the street, I wasn't trying to be friends with nobody. I was so used to, being, dishonest. I didn't really want to link up with anybody, because if I did something, you might snitch on me. So, the unity piece wasn't really there. So when I got to Narcotics Anonymous and they said get a home group, I joined a home group because I was desperate. If you tell me to do something, I was going to do it at that point. And I joined a home group, and that's where the unity of this fellowship started to kick in. I started going to meetings on a regular basis, and then when I got to my home group, it was like, everybody kind of knew who I was. I was like, wow, they actually like me. I'm going to go back to that meeting again, you know what I mean? And as I continued to go, I started to develop the sense of unity. That, with people together, I could do what I couldn't do by myself, if that makes any sense. Like, being together with a group, like they say, you're strong in numbers. There's strength in numbers. By myself, I'll get eaten up alive. I've proven it to myself time and time again. But, with the unity and this fellowship and the strength in the numbers, I've been able to stay clean one day at a time. I've been able to learn how to live life one day at a time. Talking about home groups, there's a home group, another example of the unity and how this fellowship works. There's a group in my area, and they put on this picnic every year. And it's always something going on with this picnic. Like, there's always bickering, fighting, and everything. But at some point, like I said, just like the Men's Recovery Conference, they come to a common ground, and the picnic goes on every year. They've been having it for I think this was their 36th year. And that's my wife's home group. And every year she goes, I don't think that picnic is going to happen this year, and this is going on, and this is going on, and, there's so much dissension in the ranks, and it seems like the unity is gone, and then before you know it, it comes back together again. So, unity, it's a strong thing. It's a necessary thing, like that reading said, it's a must in this fellowship. So that no addict has to die, because, if we lose the unity in this fellowship, when we start losing meetings, and we start losing the power to carry the message. So, another example, I was looking at the fact, like in this conference here, there's a bunch of guys in here, and there's a lot of testosterone in here, but I haven't seen one fight yet. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen an argument. I haven't seen a disagreement, because we're all here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to get another day clean and to help somebody and to enjoy this conference. Like I said, it's a good topic. Like I said, unity is a spiritual principle. I'm glad Phil thought that I could carry a message on this topic. All I can share with you is what I've been taught, and My sponsor teaches me steps and traditions, and I understand that unity is a key. Service work also helps you get involved with the principle of unity. So if you're new, get that home group they suggest and get involved with service work as well. It works. All these guys in this room is the evidence that, what they suggested doing this program and the spiritual principles that underlying the steps and our traditions, they work. So I think I'm running out of stuff to say. I'm just going to close real quick. Like I said, if I'm unsure of anything, I go to the literature. So I found that in Tradition 1. So then I went to the Live and Clean, The Journey Continues book, and I found something else on unity is a must. And this is from chapter 2, the ties that bind us together, because, some meetings use that, as long as the ties that bind us together. And it's also in the tradition. So this is the ties that bind us together. And it says, together we rise to a point of freedom. We need one another to get there. And one of the most beautiful things we do in the fellowship is support one another in pursuit of our dreams. Sharing our hopes and our successes is as much part of carrying our message as sharing our fears and difficulties. We have a message of hope to carry. It is a gift and an obligation. We may not relate exactly to one another's dreams, but we can relate to the hope, energy, and excitement of trying to realize them. We are inspired by one another's journeys. Being present to one another's growth gives us the tools and inspiration to move forward ourselves. But we also find that we are able to stay put, following through, and live the lives we create. Our recovery is something we can trust and believe in. New beginnings are possible anytime we are ready. And the way I've learned that I've become ready is through the unity of this fellowship. Thanks for allowing me to share.